Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, everybody, on this special day. I am Mimi Lightseer, and over here at PiSeas Tarot, your business is my business. Ooh, child, we're finna get into somebody's business. As I previously mentioned, today is a special day. Today is my birthday, so happy birthday to all of the Pisces that's out there. Yes, it's the official holiday for y'all. Now, doesn't that sound very narcissistic? That was not the intent. But good morning to all of my friends who are returning, my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift, and good evening to my international folks. Happy Mimi holiday to all of my folks on TikTok who are watching behind the scenes. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you're new to PiSeas Tarot, go ahead and put a star in the chat. If you are a returning guest, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We want to recognize all of our new friends who have come to play with us today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's agenda consists of an energy cleanse, which is a sound bowl meditation, cleansing and breath work. Divine, I can't speak right now. We want to do some divine insights, which covers an earworm that I do have for y'all, okay? We want to do a brief energy reading followed by a tarot card reading and follow up with any closing thoughts that we may have. And here goes my ear doing this thing again. All right, y'all. I don't know what's happening today. Anyway, y'all, if y'all ready to get into this reading, go ahead and find those scrub brushes. Go ahead and find those scrub brushes because, baby, we finna get into this reading, y'all. So if y'all ready to get into it, I want you to put those scrub brushes, your brooms, your vacuums, whatever cleaning supplies that you can find in the emojis, because it is time for us to level set and clear our energy and get on with this reading, shall we? Here we go. Before we move forward, it's so important that we just level set and ground our energy. And we do this simply by taking in some deep breaths and holding it for a couple of seconds and then releasing it. When we do that, with each inhale, we want to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we want to release any tensions and distractions. And we want to do this 3 times. So let's go ahead and do this, shall we? Here we go. Ooh, yes. All right, y'all. And lastly, let's clear up any stagnant energy that may be remaining and just reset and become one and be in alignment with spirit, okay? So we got Moo. We got rid of Moo. We got Boo Boo. Look, I can't even speak this day. Look, here we go. Here we go with Boo Boo. Yes, divine spirit, you are welcome in this place. We invite you in to give us clear and precise messages. For those who are here currently and those who will be here in the future, we do this for the harm of none and for the benefit of all. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Amen, 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 and amen. Now listen, y'all, if y'all ready to get into this fun, transparent, and honest interaction, I'm ready to get into this, y'all. This is a safe space. Remember, ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody judging you, child. We done had a whole pre-show conversation about how much I don't like my hair. Okay, so ain't nobody judging you. But if y'all ready for me to cook, okay, we all been a fool in love before, and today just may be your turn. So if y'all ready for me to cook, look, my nose doing what it do. You know what that means. If y'all ready for me to cook, go ahead and find those cooking emojis and let's get ready to get into this show, shall we? Because I got an insight for y'all. And this one is my jam. All right, here we go. Each day before I do a reading, I always take a moment to reflect upon the immediate energies that Spirit is sharing with me. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. This morning, aside from me being upset about my hair, well, first, I thank God for being, turning 41 today. I did. I thank God because as I reflect over like the last 5 years of my life, I was just like, you know what, God, you have done some great things for me. And even though I've been feeling like I've been going through wilderness on a personal level, I know that God is real, right? And so coming into 41, it was like mad about my hair. It was like, girl, like you should go back up there and tell them to redo your hair. You should, like I was just having like all of these thoughts. And so as I was sitting there, listen, y'all, listen. Not only did I hear God tell me or put me in remembrance of, a scripture that talks about giving beauty in exchange for ashes. Okay. That's because I pulled it up in a ponytail. Look, they like, your hair look good. Nah, that's because I pulled it up. If I take this down, it'll look like Mustafa. But I was put in remembrance this morning about the scripture about giving beauty for ashes. And when you think about it from that perspective, you like, what? Just think about it in its simplicity. If something is burnt up, it's no longer there. It's ugly. It's y'all seen ash before? Ain't nothing you can get from ash. But I was given the remembrance of God giving you beauty for ashes, meaning God making up everything, giving you back double for your trouble, giving you the exchange of everything that it is that you lost, no matter what it is, right? And sometimes we be so focused on what we lost, we don't even see the gains. Y'all like my new cup, my Mimi Lightseer cup, my Pisces tarot cup? Yes. But anyway, you don't see the gains, okay? And so as I was sitting there thinking about this, guess what song dropped into my spirit, y'all? And I'm telling y'all, this is my jam, okay? Let me tell y'all, this is my jam. I started hearing Teyana Taylor's Gonna Love Me. Okay. Now, you may wonder, what does it have to do with me loathing, right, about my hair and being upset? It don't, okay? But I promise you, it got something to do with your reading. Because when you think about it, the song that I'm hearing her say is sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are. A little insecure. Oh, you're a shining star. I want to spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, babe, please wait up for me until whenever I get home. I know that you're all alone thinking about what you're going to do. I hope that you'll see it through. Ooh, because you're going to love me. Okay? So when you think about it from that perspective, this is somebody making a plea, right? So if my senses is telling me there may have been a relationship with you and this person that may have seemingly have gone wayward and it didn't turn out as to be as expected, which you are disappointed about, right? But it's like, wait a minute now, hold on. You gonna love me. You gonna love me now. We need to be a little bit more clear. We need to be a little bit more direct. We need to be a little bit more frank. We need to be a little bit more sincere. But whatever you feel like we need to be a little bit more of, baby, you gonna love me. All right? So if y'all ready to get into this reading to figure out who's going through this, because I want to know whose business this is, because like you playing with me on my birthday, and you know, but I want to find out more about it. Okay? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to put those tea kettles up because, child, I'm interested in knowing who is telling somebody we need to be more clear, we need to be more intentional, we need to be a little bit more frank, direct, blunt, honest, sincere, and stop just playing in the background. I mean, it's really giving me friend vibes. You know what I mean? Like we've been putting each other in the friend zone and that ain't what we are anymore. All right. So if y'all ready to get into his reading, go ahead and find those tea kettles because, child, let's go. All right. So when understanding energy, y'all, it's important to know that the universe speaks to us in a plethora of ways, y'all. So let's see what the spirit has to say today. What is the overall energy reading for today? What is the overall energy reading for today? I hear the wind chimes outside. All right, here we go. Sacred reverence. This is about love, okay? This is about love. This is about a divine connection with somebody. This person could be an earth sign and or they could be an air sign. All right, we'll find out more about this. But what I feel strongly with this is that, again, the connection here is there. But what I feel like is happening is that there is some disconnect about how to make it happen. And the reason why I'm saying that is because not only do we have an earworm where Teyana is saying, you know, sometimes we say things that we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. She said that. But not only did she say that, when we look at this particular card, y'all, there is a lock and key here. Okay, there is a lock and key here. All right. So that tells me that somebody is looking for a way to be clear about what they want to do to move forward. They're looking for wisdom. They're looking for intellectual capabilities. It's the skill set, the practical application of like, what do we do? How do we stand out? Because as she goes on in the record, she says, you know, I want to spend my life with you. I want to spend my nights with you. But right now we're apart. You understand? So there is some type of distance here between you and your person. Okay, there's definitely some type of distance here between you and your person. It could be physical distance, it could be mental distance. But there is definitely a distance that is here between you and your person. And that's where she's saying, you gonna love me. You know, like right now you by yourself, you thinking about it, you overthinking. Okay, let's call it what it is. You overthinking. You over here thinking about what you gonna do. You over here thinking about how you feeling. You know, you all up in your feelings or whatever. But when you see me, you gonna hug me and you gonna squeeze me and you gonna realize how much you want to be with me, right? Okay. What's the truth that we need to hear for our journey? Imagination. Okay, so this person could be manifesting you. I embrace and nourish the creative aspects of my mind. So they could be trying to manifest and think, you know, how can they bring this into fruition? How can they correct this? They could be also rehearsing like what they're going to say to you when they see you, because I feel like there's a lack of understanding about what words can be said or how to really course correct and fix this situation. You know, I don't know about you, but I've been in situations before where, you know, you rehearse what you want to say. You do all of that. And then when you see that person, you don't say none of the things you thought about saying. It definitely feels like there's a rehearsing of how you see this playing out. Okay? What are the guides of the hidden realms saying to us today? Sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are. A little insecure. Oh, you's a shining star. I want to spend my nights with you, my life with you. Oh, baby, baby, please wake up for me until whenever I get home. I know that you're all alone, thinking about what you're going to do. I hope that you'll see it through. This my jam, y'all. I don't care where I am. I'm going to sing this song and be all off key. Okay? Beginning with faith. Begin with faith in spring. Okay? Beginnings, innocence, fertility, ground, and growth. All right, so one thing I want to bring to your attention is that we are at the end of the lunar year, okay, with this Pisces season, and the spring starts in a couple of weeks, okay? So this is about you beginning with faith in spring, with new beginnings, innocence, fertility, and growth, okay? So whatever the conversation that needs to happen, you know, I've been telling y'all for a minute, don't have a conversation now, because right now, not only is it Venus in retrograde, Mercury is about to go retrograde in a couple weeks. So this conversation probably will be best serving you if you have it around tax time, like around the 15th of April, okay? I don't recommend having this conversation before then for the reasons that I previously mentioned. A lot of people right now are breaking up. A lot of new relationships are going to come to an end within the next couple of weeks, especially with that Mercury retrograde on top of that Venus retrograde. I definitely don't see long-term relationships withstanding that start during this time period. And those who have been in problematic situations are going to be coming to an end during this time period. Okay. So my point in saying that is if you want to be with this person for real, just give yourself some time. Give yourself about the next 6 weeks before you even open up to say anything about it to this regard. Because I feel like if you say something before then, child, you are going to put yourself in a predicament. So I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead, pump your brakes, and just give it some time, okay? Now, Ocean's offering. Listen to the whispers of your soul and let the beauty of simplicity guide you, okay? So I definitely feel like there may be some type of communication, some type of internal communication going on between you and your higher self about what it is that you really want, okay? Alignment, right? And I feel like with this, there are angels who have been assigned to this connection that may be showing you through signs, synchronicities, numbers. You may be seeing this person's name everywhere. You may be seeing things that remind you of this person. Excuse me. You may be signs, synchronicities. You may smell their cologne or their perfume. You may see things that always remind you of this person. Like if you're seeing those signs, this is like an indicator from your spiritual team that this is a person you need to be considering seriously, right? But I won't tell you to do that right now, okay? Now, how is this showing up for us in our everyday life, Spirit? All right. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay. Sneaky, sneaky. I don't know what to say, but somebody being real sneaky right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Somebody's being very sneaky right now. And it could be you not wanting to come forward and tell your feelings right now. It could be the fact that you are withholding, knowing that you feel differently and not saying anything, trying to be really understand your feelings. You know, with that card, I'm not getting anything malicious. What I'm getting from that is more so like, I keep telling you that I don't want to be nothing more than a friend. Over here misrepresenting your feelings, pretending like you don't care when you do. That's what I'm picking up on. That's exactly what I'm picking up on. Somebody over here trying to pretend like it's nothing. I'm really picking up on the energy like this is like one of those situations where y'all supposed to like it feels like this was a very casual, intentional relationship, if that makes sense. Like when this relationship started, it was not intended to become anything more than what it is. And I feel like what has happened is that you guys have developed feelings and feelings and rapport with one another where things are starting to go in a different direction than what it was intentionally meant for you to pursue at the time that you got with this person. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. But it feels like this is a friends with benefits situation going wrong. Okay, and when I say wrong, I mean going beyond the confinements of I'm with you when I'm with you, I see you when I see you, I kick it with you, I kick it with you. It's no feelings, no nothing. And that's not the energy that is here. It's definitely something like I want something more energy. Okay, now what is the soul whisper for today? Microcosm. Okay, microcosm. All right, so let's see. Yeah, it definitely, I'm getting the feeling like this is something that you were not supposed to be doing long term. This is something that was not supposed to become more than what it is. I definitely get the impression like somebody wants to tell somebody, and that makes sense because she said sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We need to do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. Yeah, because I feel like there was a conversation had where one was okay with things being so basic. Like we just gonna be with each other. When we be with each other, we do what we do. It's no, I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. Like this is just where we are in our relationship and we cool with it. Okay. All right. Microcosm. To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hands and eternity in the hour. This is a quote from William Blank. Okay. Every human is the embodiment of the universe in a miniature form. It is time to recognize that. That's so funny that they say that because on this card we got the earth and the heaven, but it's made out of people's hands. Okay. Anyway, keep going. It's time to recognize the dynamic relationship existing between yourself and all that surrounds you. Like a butterfly effect, every action, word, and movement is reflected and magnified as it reverberates into the time and space it surrounds. Many people understand their ability to affect change on the wider scale and become stuck. Realize that you can be a catalyst for real great change right now, simply by making changes in your own interactions with the world around you. Critics will say that no one will notice a drop of water in the ocean, but if your actions inspire another, which turns into another inspired action, the ocean eventually creates a tidal wave, bringing with a great power and an altered landscape. Never underestimate the effect of the small upon the great. So this is about you feeling miniature, encapsulating, embodying a small scale. Remember, somebody's downplaying a relationship. Remember that. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. You're downplaying this relationship like, oh, this ain't what it is. We just cool enough to kick it, okay? But this is about you overcoming, internalizing, insular, being narrow-minded, and underestimating, okay? So this has a lot to do with your base chakra. And this is about you striving through examples how one person can be enough catalyst for a great change. So when we talk about the catalyst for change in this, y'all, we're talking about somebody speaking up. Somebody wants more from this connection than what they're leading you on to believe. They're playing small. They're playing small. And what's interesting about this connection is, y'all, not only are you feeling this way, but the feeling is mutual. Y'all get it? The feeling is mutual. So while y'all sitting over here trying to play like it ain't what it is, now both of y'all over here catching feelings. Both of y'all over here catching feelings. And you're trying to run from it. And I'm telling you right now, you need to stop it. You need to stop it. Just be mature and have a conversation. Bruh. Now, let's see. As we start to shift to more personal insights and shift our energies to the potential parties that are involved, remember to focus on what specifically resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Okay, leave what doesn't. Don't try to make a situation fit you that don't fit you. Okay? Open your heart up. It will attract you more love, okay? Open your heart up to attract more love. Sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are. Oof, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Let's just be honest, y'all. We having grown folks conversation. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. If you know that you have been ever, let's be honest. If you have ever found yourself in a friends with benefits situation or a very casual situation that you started to develop feelings for this person. If you've ever developed feelings for somebody, knowing that it was supposed to be casual, can you just put a heart in the chat? Whatever color heart you want, just put a heart in the chat. What I say, y'all? Creeping. Somebody's creeping. Okay? Somebody been creeping. And what's interesting is with this card, y'all see this owl on this card? Owls represent wisdom. Okay? Owls represent wisdom. They represent change, and they definitely represent intuition. Okay? So there has been some type of change going on between in this dynamic between you and this person. Ooh, y'all. Somebody done caught the feelings. Somebody done fell in love. All right, here we go. What is the news with this situation? What is the news? Okay. Somebody may be going through financial difficulty right now, defaulting on payments, financially incapable of repossessed assets. So somebody may feel like they don't have what it takes. And I mean, this is not hard to believe. Just look at the global economy right now, especially within the United States. A lot of things are going left for a lot of people, okay? So somebody may be hesitant to doing something even more serious because they may be like, well, as a man, you know, I don't have my finances together, this, that, and the third, okay? So that could be one of the reasons why they have opted to stay very casual, because they don't feel like as a man, which gets on my nerves when people say that. Everybody be like, as a so-and-so. Like, bro, just shut up. Just shut up and say what you got to say, you know? All right. But as a man, they don't have their feeling. They don't have their money together, okay? Now, what lies beneath all of this? Okay. Bad choices popped out. Okay. So somebody has a history of making bad choices, specifically when it comes to women. And we know that because we have a woman on this card. Okay. So somebody is just like, you know, and that could be why their finances are messed up, right? I don't know why I just got the image in my third eye of somebody dealing with somebody and they having to make child support payments or something like that. Like, they made a bad choice. So your person could have children with somebody else. And that could be also affecting how they show up to you. Okay, what is the true emotion here? True emotion. She says, sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are. Oh boy, here we go. I love you. Not the proposal. Not the proposal. Y'all see that? Child, if that plot did not thicken real quick.
Damn!
Look. I'm not judging nobody. But why, when I turned to go pick up these cards, why did I envision somebody going to the pawn shop and buying an engagement ring? Again, I am not judging you if that's what you do. An engagement ring is an engagement ring. It don't matter how you got it, where you got it. You can go to Sam's Club, you can go to Costco. It's the intentions behind it all, right? But the point is that somebody is unsure about their decision and they're not sure if they want to go and spend all this money on an engagement ring when they don't even know how you're going to respond. Remember, I told y'all the feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. Planning, text, phone call, meeting up, okay? Remember I told you, I feel like this person, somebody is rehearsing this conversation over and over again. We talked about that when the imagination card came out, okay? It definitely feels like somebody is preparing themselves to try to get themselves ready to come forward and to have the conversation with you. And right now, I definitely feel like they're trying to talk themselves out of this. Like, I feel like they're staying up at night thinking about it, trying to understand how you're going to feel about it, not knowing that while you up, they up too. All right, what's the true crime here? What is the true crime here? Aside from this hair, what's the true crime? What is the true crime here? Okay. That's the true crime. Okay, we got a male here. So there's definitely a male that's here. Well, we know that, but let me pull another one. I want to know more information. Okay, somebody could be a caregiver. Okay, so they could be a caregiver as well. All right, what else? Oh God. Okay, lies. They've been. Remember I told you. They have been there. Baby boys, baby girls, cats, dogs, women, and child. Okay, men. How many other ways can I say it? It definitely feels as though this was never supposed to be more than what it is. Okay, this was a relationship that people came together with the intention of it just being adult activity, naked Olympics, nude exercise, Pilates, stretch therapy, okay? And next thing you know, it turned romantic. Like, you might have been with this person, laying in the bed with this person, and next thing you know, you looking at them and you just like, Bomba. You starting to get that, and you might have made it weird. I feel like when this came up, I feel like the connection became instantly weird, okay? Because it was like, why am I seeing this person in a different light? Why am I seeing this person in a different way? Why am I feeling like I want more from this person? Okay? So they went to their corner, you went to your corner, okay? They over here thinking about you this way, you thinking about them this way. Like, the feeling is mutual, okay? I cannot say that enough. That's why you have one person saying sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. The other person like, I'm just gonna go for the gusto and ask. And let me tell you something. Ain't nobody judging you, boo. Because you have people. Let me tell y'all. Let's order in the court, okay? Order in the god doggone court. Because let me tell you something, all right? People meet people all the time. You have people who meet somebody today they have that exchange with them today. They end up together for the rest of their lives. They married, they got children, or don't get married, but they be together 20, 30, 40 years until death do them part. Okay? They do that. People do that. And then you got people that walk around here that want to play the games with people and want to make people wait 29 years. And then, you know, it don't ever go nowhere, right? So the amount of time, even though I will say to you, I personally don't recommend it. That's just a me thing, okay? But what I'm trying to explain to you is it can still work and has worked for others. So to each his own. That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I don't recommend it because A, you don't know what people's health conditions are. You don't know what they got going on. You don't know what demons they got going on with them. You don't know what they got going on. That's the bottom line. You don't know what they got going on. So it is a risk. But with anything that you do in life, you will be taking a risk. So if you are one of those people, trust me, I'm not shaming you. I'm not shaming you at all. I'm being honest with you. I ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time with somebody, and now I got a baby. Okay? It happens that way, right? It is what it is. Like, I'm not judging you. But what I'm bringing to the forefront in this instance, okay, is that there are two people who mutually feel like they want more out of this situation with the other person. That's all I'm saying. And if you the type of person where you like, I'm not on that type of time. If you want to be proved, this ain't your reading. Okay, this ain't your reading. We talking about two adults that are in a consensual situation who have come to the realization that they want more. Okay?
Keep that a secret.
And I am seeing over here in the chat where people are saying that they met their person through what I'm talking about. So, listen, Linda. Ain't nobody judging you. Ain't nobody judging you. Listen, baby, I'll be the first to tell you what God got for you, he got for you. And I ain't going to tell you how he made it for you. I ain't going to tell you what he got for you. I ain't going to tell you how he made it for you. I ain't going to tell you what he got for you coming from me, because I'll tell you one thing for sure. Even though I personally at the time of conception, I definitely felt like I was ashamed. And me having my child was the best, beautiful thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't have had a kid had it not been for him.
How you doing?
So it is what it is. You just never know what God got for you. We can't tell God how to give our blessings to us. You know, again, it's that beauty for ashes. It's that exchange. Okay? Now, what is the influence of energy? What is the yin and the yang? And I told y'all, ain't nobody judging you. Y'all be up here thinking somebody being judgmental. Ain't nobody judging you. Baby, I done been through everything underneath the sun pretty much. Ain't nothing listen, if I don't know about it, I done heard about it, it done happened to somebody I care about, okay? Ain't nobody judging you. Not at all. That came out yesterday. I didn't shuffle good. Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. Okay. Self-worth, high vibration, healing unworthiness, expectations, and values, okay? So part of the reason why somebody may be feeling apprehensive about coming forward and having this conversation with this person is because they're trying to vibrate higher, right? And it's like, in their mind, they're overthinking it, which is probably why that self-sabotage card just came out again. You're probably over here overthinking it and thinking about it from the place of, ooh, how am I gonna want to do better in terms of love? But then I'm over here dealing with somebody that I'm just over here in the boom boom, in the poom poom, in the doom doom, in the room, just shaking my rump. Okay, like, listen, baby, if that's how it happened, y'all are on the same page, y'all on the same type of time. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is don't be insecure once you get with this person.
Hold up.
Okay. Don't be scared that they're going to run off and go find somebody else. Okay? That's what I'm saying. All right. Now, what is blocking this situation from moving forward? She says, sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We should do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. I'm sorry if I made you feel less than who you are. Oop, look, y'all, I can't make it up. This card says sex only. Either you or your partners only want sex. Accept that it's okay or reach for more. I can't make it up, y'all. I can't make it up. Y'all see it? It's right here. The other card that fell out is called being a victim. You feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whatever you want. Okay? So again, it goes back to that. I'm not sure if this is what I want to do. I'm not sure if this is what I'm supposed to say. I'm not sure if this is how I'm supposed to feel. Like this person, both of y'all, listen, both of y'all need to quit playing games. Both of y'all over here trying to act like it ain't a big deal. And I feel like y'all both be throwing out hints that you want to, when I say hits, I feel like both of y'all are actually fishing. But I do feel like when one person asks, the other person kind of like shut down because it's like, why you asking me? But like the questions that they're asking are not direct questions. Okay, I can't say that enough. This is about you being direct.
All right, then keep your secrets.
All right. So yeah. Cards flying out. All right. Is this love or not? Is this love or not? I can't stress it enough, y'all. I cannot stress it enough. This is really about you owning up to who you are. Oh, I can go home right now. I can go home right now, y'all. I can go home right now. I wonder if you feel the same way. This person is wondering if you feel the same way. Child. Let's get this together. Person A. Is definitely working on opening up their heart. They've been working on their self-worth and trying to be on a high vibrational plane. This is why they're opening up their heart and realizing like really they're not the type of person who wants to do casual anything, okay? They're really like, you know what? Casual situations just ain't for me. Okay, they definitely feel like casual situations are not for them. They feel like in the past, they have made poor choices, all right? They feel like they may have been victimized by their choices, but they're ready for love. They're looking for something else. They want something else much differently. And I do feel like they're caught in this situation where they're having to do some planning, some thoughts, because it's like they want to come forward. They want to have this conversation. They want to be mature about it. It's like, you know what? I want to come forward. I want to say something. I want to do a temperature check to see if you feel in the same way. Okay. That's what I'm getting. All right. Now, the other person is definitely a male in this situation. They've been creeping with this person. Okay. They were down for it. They was like, you know what? I just want to do the whole sex thing too. You know, I'm good with that. But let's be honest, that was a lie. Okay. And they wondering if you feeling the same way. Okay. We got the I love you here. Okay. So they possibly will be skipping, totally bypassing. Can't say that enough. They may be skipping and totally bypassing the whole, I just want to date you. Let me get to know you. They might just be like, listen, I know for sure this is what I want. I know for sure this is what I want. I seen it in your eyes. It was something going on. I can't take a step back. But there may be some concerns about financial stability, okay, going on. And somebody may be a caretaker, which also may be pulling on finances right now. All right. So if you are ready to get into this reading, y'all, I need y'all to go ahead and find those magnifying glasses. Go ahead and find those because child, y'all got me invested. Now I want to know who gonna love you. Okay, who gonna love you? Who got you over here feeling like the warm and fuzzies? Who got you all up in your feelings? Who is that person that you feeling like, I need to do more than it? Child, here we go. All right, y'all. Whose business is this? Spirit, tell me, who is business is this? Now remember, as we shift to potential parties involved, I read for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So don't be like, oh, she ain't talking about me because I'm a Capricorn and she said Pisces. You could have a Venus in Pisces, so I still could be talking about you, okay? So when we talk about this, we're talking about Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, okay? Now, unless you know what you and all your placements and your partner's placements is, boo, just listen. Because if the shoe fits, you must wear it, Cinderella, okay? Now, person A is coming in this morning as the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as a star card in reverse, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you are an air sign or have air placements, or if your person is an air sign, can you go ahead and put the cloud emoji down in the chat? Go ahead and put a cloud emoji in the chat representing for the air signs. You're coming in this morning as the star card in reverse. This is a lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, and disconnection, okay? This goes back to them like being apprehensive. Like, do I say something? Do I say something or not? Do I say something or not? Okay, so if you are air sign or your person is an air sign, go ahead and put the little cloud, the little air sign in the chat. The person that you could be dealing with, which is, I can't make this shit up. Excuse me, I ain't mean to say that out loud. I can't make it up. We got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you or your person is either an earth sign or a earth sign or an air sign, you know, you can put the little cloud, the little blowing, whatever it is, you know, whatever the little cloud, whatever the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, any one of those signs. If you resonate with this, you can go ahead and put that in the chat at this time. You're coming in as the Empress card, which is abundance, nurturing, fertility, femininity, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action, okay? Now, what's interesting is you got the Queen, okay? You got the Queen, all right? So somebody is definitely seeing, yes, I do read for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So if yours is a Rising, then that's you, yep. Oh, child, let me tell you, somebody is seeing this as like, somebody don't have the confidence in the other person. Like, I don't know about them, but I'm just going to take a leap of faith. I'm just going for it. I'm just going for it, okay? Baby, if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and to find those coffee cups. Go ahead and find those coffee cups because, child, it's time for us to get into this business. Here we go. Why is it that I always want to pick up the cards that I can't get to in a timely fashion? All right, y'all. So what's going on? She said, sometimes we say things that we really don't mean. We should do more to just stand out. Okay, what does that mean? All right. What is going on with my air and earth signs? Air and earth signs. Well, it's very interesting because you have two polarizing energies here. You have one that is one of wet and hot, and the other is dry and cool, okay? And it's so interesting because for some reason or another, air and earth signs have this interesting dynamic that go on, even though they're not necessarily compatible, I would say. It's like you can't have one without the other, okay? One without the other. And I'm seeing that really a lot of times through these readings, like the connections, like this energy always comes up, okay? Always comes up. So, what is going on with my air? And, well, at the bottom of the deck, we got the Emperor in reverse. Okay? So, somebody is definitely feeling very immature and ill-prepared to really come forward and to say this. But we talked about that. We've been knowing this whole entire reading. You have a person who is here, two people. You have one person who's rehearsing in their mind, thinking about what they want to say and how they want to approach it. The other person is just like, you know what? I might have been lying when I said I wasn't ready for something else. You know, I'm at that season and that state of my life where I want more than what I'm giving and getting. And dang it, I deserve it, right? So we got that going on, all right? The Lovers. Child, when I tell you, it is impossible to make this up. This is impossible to make this up on this good day, okay? On this beautiful day. I want y'all to know.
Aww.
Let me tell you. This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is at a point where they're having to make a decision. And this is the duality, the beauty of relationships. When we talk about like duality and things like that, this is the beauty of it all. Because you have here this person, and ironically, it's Beauty and the Beast on this card. But you have two energies coming together that are conflicting. On this card, we have roses all on this card, which is about beauty, that's about faith, that is about new beginnings, okay? And so there is this deep desire to want to pursue more, and this is coming out of nowhere. And when you think about major arcana coming in as present energy, y'all, this is coming through as a major life change. So this is a change in direction. This is going to have permanent long-term effects on a person's life. Okay? And so what is happening here is that you have somebody who has been trying to get out of they've been trying to outgrow their hot girl era. Okay? They tired of being they tired of city girl lifestyle. They tired of, you know, what the Megan Thee Stallion, tired of being a hottie, you know, whatever the little buzzword is, right? They tired. Okay? This person is tired. They are tired of feeling like they're making bad choices and poor decisions when it comes to the people that are in their lives. They're trying to elevate at a higher rates and higher frequency. They're about expanding their values. They're trying to actually open up their heart. But it's like they're fearful about how to go about doing that, because it's like they know that they haven't always been putting that energy out there. They have been kind of like putting the energy out there like, I just want what I'm going to get, and I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm just going to settle for what it is. So now this is where they're lacking the faith and the confidence to really come forward and to really ask for a relationship, because they know that everything that they've been about is not relationship friendly. They've been anti-relationship. They've been anti-love. Okay? They all been like, ow, I'm for the streets. Okay? And the streets done claimed them. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got more stripes than the dang on street and the pavement down the highway. You know, they got evidence. The streets done claimed them. Okay, they got roads named after them. I ain't gonna lie, ain't nobody judging, but I'm just stating the fact. Okay. Now, ooh, this Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, is coming in with the Strength card right now. Okay, they are coming in right now looking for the courage to be able to say that they want something different too. Okay, so both of y'all starting out with major arcana, right? This is changing how you feel on the inside. This is changing how they are coming forward, how they're thinking about coming forward in life, okay? So this Earth sign is like, you know what? I've been okay with just having casual affairs. This ain't really what I want to do no more. Like, I'm too old for this. I'm too grown for this. Like, I'm too advanced for this. You know, like I got too much going on for this. This is too time consuming. I got to manage your feelings and your emotions. Sometimes I just want to stay at home and Netflix and chill too.
Bomba card.
Okay. Sometimes I just want to go to the park and sit in the dark and sit in silence. Sometimes I just want to enjoy my life and talk to somebody. Because see, this is the thing. I feel like what may have started out as being something so casual and so disconnected and so cavalier and just cold has started to get warm over time. It's been sudden, like, how was your day today? What you got planned this weekend? You know, like little things like that, where this person is starting to ask you questions about yourself and opening up a conversation. So now that a conversation has been ensuing, okay? Now that the conversation has been going on, now you starting to see this person in a different light. Okay, now you starting to be like, wait a minute now, what is this going on? Like, am I catching feelings?
Damn you!
Okay, and this is not, again, this is not a one-way street. It is happening for both of you, okay? It's happening to the both of you, all right? Now, what is fake? Okay, so let me stop. Before I move forward, can you tell me whose energy is most resonating with you right now, mostly? Okay, are you feeling like you're at the point where you're having to make some decisions? You're feeling like you want more, but you feel like you don't know how to go about doing it? Or are you the person who is absolutely sure this is what you want to do? You just feel like, I don't know if I have what it takes to really even fix my mouth to even be able to go forward and to say, I want more, right? Let me know where you falling in. Are you coming in as person A or person B? And in a simplified way, that's the air signs or the earth signs, okay? Now, what is favorable about this situation is the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So we have our third major arcana here, y'all folks. Baby, I am telling you, this is something not to be slept on. This is something to not be over here playing with, okay? The reason why I'm saying that is because the very first card that we pulled out today was this sacred reference, okay? And you will recall, listen, y'all, I'm good. Because if y'all don't believe me, I told y'all when we first pulled this card, this person could be an earth sign or an air sign. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and rewatch the reading on YouTube from the beginning, because I definitely did say it, all right? But I said with this card here, with this sacred reverence, okay? I said this person could be an earth sign. This person could be an air sign. I also said there is a lock and a key, okay? So that means to me that there has some type of conversation. There's some type of growth mindset that has got to take place in order for you to feel like you have the intellect and the wisdom and the understanding. Not only that, but the freedom to be able to go and open up the lock. You got what it takes. You just don't know how to unlock it, okay? That's what this is about today, okay? And I do feel like this connection may have been divinely orchestrated. All right. Even though y'all came together for vanity and for ego purposes and for like releases, I do feel like this is something that is for you. Like, this is something that was called into your existence for a particular reason. Okay. Now let me ask you this question, just out of curiosity. Have you ever experienced this dynamic in your relationship before? And let me know, how did this work out for you? For those of you, I know some people have already said, they married their person. But for those of you who are in this situation or have been in this situation before, can you tell us down in the chat, like, how did this dynamic play out for you when you move forward with it? All right. But what I am telling you is what's making this favorable is the fact that with this Wheel of Fortune, you guys coming together, this is working for you, okay? This is working for you. This is what needed to happen. So you need to be able to go ahead and go with the flow and don't withhold, okay? Don't withhold, okay? Now, what is problematic and what is controversial about this is this Three of Wands in reverse, okay? To me, I'm stuck because I don't know how to really manage this. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Okay. What am I supposed to do with this energy? Like, okay, so again, this goes back to I'm thinking about it. I'm staying up, it's like I'm processing. I want to move forward, but I feel like we agreed mutually that this is what we were going to do. This was going to be casual. It was no expectations. We're not dating. We're not talking. We're not doing any of those things. We just going to be over here just getting it on, And it feels like Okay, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I always tell y'all, this is why I don't recommend these casual relationships, because they only have a shelf life. Okay, they only have a shelf life. And what I mean by that specifically is you can do it 3 to 5 times, or either y'all can kick it for 3 to 5 months, whichever comes first. Okay,
Let's get it on.
having long-term friends with benefits is not effective because people's feelings start to get involved. Okay, people's feelings start to get involved. You know, y'all may make agreements like, we're not gonna kiss. Next thing y'all be kissing, y'all be exchanging spit and all this stuff. Y'all be playing with each other's souls because y'all opening y'all mouths to each other, you know, doing exchange. So basically, y'all get what I'm saying. I'm trying not to be graphic, y'all. Okay, I'm trying not to be graphic. But what I'm explaining to y'all is, y'all over here getting a little bit too romantic. Y'all getting a little bit too close in these endeavors, okay? And that's what's making it confusing, okay? Because now it's like, not only are you asking me, how was my day? What do you have planned for the weekend? How's your kids? How's your mom? I'm so sorry to hear that. Now that you're exchanging these ideas, this mental capacity, it's like y'all moving into level playing fields that y'all really was not supposed to be moving into. And it is confusing. Okay, so what I'm telling you is, what's controversial about this is not that y'all don't vibe. It's not that y'all don't get along. It's not that y'all not on the same type of time and on the same page. What is making it confusing is, I don't know what to do with this. Okay? I don't know what to do with this. And that's what's really making this kind of, I don't want to say hurtful. I'm saying like that's what's making this damaging, right? Because it's like, anytime you try to say something to this person now, it's like, what is going on here? All right? And if I'm being honest, you might even be having these conversations with this person and then they're like,
What do you mean by that?
okay, so every time you say something, they over here like, what do you mean by that? What was that supposed to mean? You know, like, so it's confusing energy, right? And they don't know where to go from here, okay? Now, for those of you who may have said in the chat that the relationship did not sustain, did you feel like it didn't sustain because you felt like you lacked intellect? You lacked, and when I say intellect, lacked the understanding and clarity of where to go and what to do with this connection. Did you feel like you were being confused by the connection? That's what I'm asking. Okay, that's exactly what I'm asking. And for those of you who have not experienced that, tell me, like, what do you think the worst thing that can happen from this? What is the worst thing that you feel like can happen from this? Like, if you stayed on your current path, what do you feel like the worst thing that can happen from this is? All right. Now, what is this trying to teach you? Is that you got to be very clear about what it is that you want, and stop acting as if you don't have an idea of who you are and what you want in life. Okay? Both of y'all are sitting over here playing games like y'all not in, how do I say this? I'm laughing because as my crown was falling off my head and I adjusted it, now we understand why we got sneaky here. Y'all was on some sneaky link type of stuff. Okay, so I don't know if this is somebody that you got a mutual friend with. Okay, yes, that's it. That's it. Y'all got mutual friends. Y'all got friends. Shut the front door. Child, let me tell you. Baby. Okay? Y'all got mutual friends that y'all sneaking around. Okay? So you've been having your eye on this person for a while. This ain't somebody you just met up at the corner store or over at the bar on a Tuesday night and y'all just had one too many drinks and y'all just did what y'all, no. See, this is why y'all confused. Because see, this is why y'all over here making it weird. Okay? Y'all, let me tell you, baby. baby, it's my birthday and y'all giving me a present over here, okay? Y'all giving me a kick out of this. Do y'all hear me? Y'all are giving me a kick out of this, okay? So, this is why it makes sense that y'all are coming together and are actually liking each other, because y'all are, let me tell y'all hanging around here, y'all doing a whole bunch of stuff, y'all kicking it, y'all enjoying life. This is why it's confusing, because when y'all with the greater crowd of people, you trying to act like you don't have no feelings. Like you over here looking at them, they look, somebody else is noticing. Somebody else is noticing that y'all over here looking, like, why y'all looking at each other like that? Somebody else is noticing. Like either there's a conversation being had, it's an attitude coming out, it's something coming out that is very interesting about this situation. And I feel like somebody, if they haven't called you out, they're about to call you out, okay? They're about to call you out. One or both of y'all, somebody in this friendship circle knows that y'all dealing with each other. And watch, when it comes out, they're gonna be like, you over here kicking, you're gonna be like,
what?
Yeah, you gave it away. Your eyes gave it away. Your eyes gave it away, okay? Your eyes done gave it away. But what this is trying to teach you is that listen, you can't be over here playing these games. If you got somebody in your life that you want to be with, you want to kick it with them, you want to go there with them, just go for it. The worst that can happen is that they gonna tell you no. Okay, the worst that's gonna happen is they gonna tell you no. That's it. That's it. The worst that's gonna happen, they can tell you no. Okay? Now, what you need to do to heal is with this 8 of coins in reverse. Okay? Stop feeling like no matter what you do, the situation is not going to work until you can have the conversation with them and find out what it is that they want. All you can do is have a conversation. If they don't want to do it, cool. But what I am telling you is specifically in this instance, okay? What I'm telling you is specifically in this instance is that they are having these similar thoughts. They're having these similar desires and interests. And I think you're trying to talk yourself out of it. This is why you're trying to like plan this phone call. This is why you're trying to think about what you want to say and how you want to say it. This is not a conversation that you have over the phone. This is not a conversation that you text. This is one of those conversations that y'all gonna have to have face to face, okay? So this is one of those things when y'all doing y'all not in the middle of the do, not in the middle of the deed, okay? But what you need to do is when y'all just kicking it, I feel like some of y'all may be starting to do it a little bit. I just saw somebody in the kitchen cooking, okay? So I don't know if you guys are cooking dinner together. I don't know if y'all starting to do that type of thing. See, this is where I keep going back to the lines are getting blurred. Y'all supposed to just be in and out, okay? So for example, this is supposed to be something similar to Uber, okay? When I call you, all I'm telling you is that you're supposed to come over here, you're supposed to drop it off, and you are supposed to leave, okay? That's all it's supposed to be.
You have got a new text message.
Okay, that's all it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to know this is a 30-minute in and out, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, have a good day. That's all it's supposed to be. But somehow, y'all done started kicking it. Y'all done started cooking dinner together. Y'all, y'all got mutual friends. So now y'all spending more time. Like this is going wayward. This is a friends with benefits situation going off the rails at 100 miles an hour, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you is that I feel like the Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn are both here trying to talk themselves out of this situation. Like, and what I'm trying to tell you is until y'all have that face-to-face conversation, maybe this is something that y'all have when y'all cooking dinner. Maybe this is something that y'all have when y'all meet up for drinks. So whatever y'all do. But what I'm saying is it's a conversation that needs to be had in person. Okay? And just lead with curiosity. Okay? Lead with curiosity. And just be vulnerable and have that conversation. Listen, I understand, I'm just paraphrasing. I'm not telling you what to say, but I'm just telling you the story. You know, listen, I know that we said that when we came together for this, we was going to come together solely for this purpose. And I've been noticing that we starting to spend a whole lot of time together. So like, what's up with that? Okay. That's how it goes. That's all you got to say. And if this person starts playing like they acting dumb, then you already know what time it is. If you got to sit up here when they go on mute and they over here playing games.
Hello.
Then you already know. Okay, you already know that this ain't the person that we talking about. But I feel like you will be amazed once you have this conversation, the response that you get. I think that you definitely will feel like, oh, so I was right. I wasn't reading that wrong. No, you're not. You're absolutely not. Okay. Now, I feel strongly too that they are wanting to. They're going to feel relief. Okay. They're definitely going to feel relief. Okay. And I think it's going to be relieving to them because it's like, so I wasn't just tripping.
I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see. We see each other. We see each other. We good.
We good. Okay. Now, this is going to give you the clarity with this Three of Swords in reverse. This is going to give you the clarity that you need for y'all to really be like, okay, so what's up? What's up? Like, what we doing? Are we going to tell people or not? So are we dating or not? Like, what is happening? Because I do feel like this is going to be a conversation that this particular male is going to have to initiate. This is not a conversation that the female in this situation is going to have to initiate. So when it goes back to this circle of friends, I feel like the circle of friends, the male is going to have to lead this conversation.
I can explain.
Okay? I don't recommend the girl, because if first of all, I would say keep this to yourself as long as you can. Especially considering how things get messy with girls. Okay? And I also feel like there's a possibility there may have been another friend in this instance, in this group, that this person may have had a prior relationship with that you may not be privy to. So I would just tell you to let him lead the conversation in a group of friends. Let him tell everybody what's going on if that's what he desires to do. And I know it's hard, ladies, because when you over here getting the wham bam, thank you ma'am, the oosh gosh, me gosh, and all that other stuff that they be talking about, I know it's kind of hard to keep it to yourself, okay? But what I'm telling you is to protect the integrity of your situation and what you have going on, don't tell nobody. Keep it to yourself, all right? Just keep it to yourself. And at the bottom of the deck, we have this 10 of Wands in reverse. So I do feel like once you make the decision to have this conversation and y'all start to explore upon what this can potentially look like, and y'all start really putting the energy into building this connection, I do feel like there's going to be some relief there. Okay. There is going to be some relief there. There is going to be some type of, burden being lifted, right? Because now it's not, the onus is not on you. Again, it goes back to what she said in the song, right? She said, sometimes we say things we really don't mean. We do things in between the lines. We should do more to stand out. Okay? So this is your way of doing more to stand out. This is your way of building upon that relationship. And I feel like for both of you guys, it's been a long time since y'all both have been in relationships. Okay? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So I feel like having that friendship and having that companionship and that capacity to love and to nurture is going to be something that is really going to be favorable for you, because it's showing you that by you opening up your heart, you are starting to elevate at a higher playing field than what you have been before. Okay. And there's going to be a vulnerability that's here. It's going to be so beautiful, because as you get to know this person, you're going to find out that the reason why he had not been dating anybody else is because he has been taking care of family members, being a caregiver, And his finances has been up and down because of this, right? So that's one of the reasons why he didn't feel really secure dating anybody else, because he didn't feel like he was emotionally available and in a situation or in a space where he could. And you, on the feminine side of it, were just in a place where you didn't feel like anybody would really take you serious. Like you was in a hot girl era. Okay, you was in a hot girl era. Like, that's what it is. I'm just outside having fun. I want to meet people that's going to wine and dine me and take me on trips and pay for me to have bags and all this other stuff like that. But you understand that in a relationship, and in this particular relationship, the dynamic is going to shift. Okay? And you're going to have to decide for yourself whether or not you're going to be able to sustain that. And you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Are you going to respect a man who don't have that financial capability to be able to provide for you in that capacity?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay? So you're going to have to figure out for yourself, like, are you going to be able to deal with this? Yes or no? Okay? So that's a real question that needs to be asked straight up. But I do feel like these are answers that'll be questioned over time. Okay, these are questions that'll be answered over time. I do feel like this is one of those things where, how do I say it? I think you guys are coming together in each other's space for a reason in this season of your lifetime. Okay, I do feel like this is a growth opportunity. Do I necessarily feel like this is a karmic partner? No, I feel like this is more so spiritually, divinely orchestrated. I do feel like this is something that like the angels are putting in your path for you to pursue, because this is going to give you some stability in your life. Aries, Leo, I'm not Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air signs. Okay. It's going to give you some stability in your life like never before. And this goes for both of you. Okay, because one thing about earth signs is that they are very stable people. All right, very stable people. And I feel like our air signs have been very unorthodox in how they govern with their relationships. They're not necessarily traditional people, okay, and how they pursue relationships. All right. So what does all of this mean? Once this conversation is being had, what does all this mean? Okay. This may pose a little bit of stress and anxiety, honestly, because now it's like, okay, I'm not opposed to it, but now that I'm here, like, what does this look like? What does this mean? Okay. And for some of you, this is going to put you on a defense, because it's like, this is not the conversation I was prepared to have. But now that we're here, I do say and do admit that I do feel this way. But it's also like, okay, what do I do with this? What do I do with this information? Remember, I told you here that it makes it confusing. Okay, now that I know this information, what do I do? Do I just go from here to 0 to 100? Do we take baby steps? And the answer is yes, you do take baby steps, right? Don't let this give you the anxiety that you think that it really is, because that's unnecessary. Like, y'all just keep on doing you. Keep on doing you. Building upon your relationship by doing you. It's not, your relationship is your relationship. Who cares what anybody else has to say or think or how they feel? Your relationship is your relationship. You get to play by your rules. You determine what the rules look like for you. Nobody else can tell you how a relationship's supposed to look. That's your business. That's your business. If you and your boo want to have an open relationship, then that's your business. Okay, that's your business. It's like we live in a society where everybody wants to put everybody by default in monogamous relationships, and not everybody wants to play by those rules, right? And just because you don't understand what that my open relationship looks like doesn't make me a polyamorous. It doesn't make me any of those things. I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, we're getting to know each other. We're taking it slow. I like him. He like me. When we together, we together. We might do other things, but we're building upon what we decide our relationship should look like for us. Okay. And that's what it looks like. Okay. And some people might not like how that sounds. And some people may. Okay? But I definitely feel as though this definitely is taking some of the pressure and the anxiety off of this relationship, because I feel like this person wants these things with you. But again, they have competing priorities as well. Okay? And we got the Star card in reverse. All right? So I do feel like, knowing that this may be putting a little bit of pressure here that wasn't here before, I do feel like that's going to possibly leave this person feeling like they don't know for sure if they can really balance all of this. I do feel like, in a sense, it could leave a person disappointed, because it's like, okay, so what next? What now? Right? But I think this is where you got to have your grace in dealing with this earth sign, air signs, because earth signs are slow moving creatures. They don't do anything fast. They don't do anything quickly. They don't do anything without planning and preparing. So the fact that you kind of like sprue this on them, even though they was feeling the same way, got them feeling a little bit stressed. Okay. And it could have been really just the little magical powers that was in the interactions of y'all's nightly entertainment. Okay, it done brought something out in this person. But what I'm saying is, I think that they're really thinking about this, like, okay, now that I've signed myself up for this, do I have what it takes for me to really be able to become and to be the person that this person is expecting for me to be? Do I have the emotional capability to show up? Because I feel like there's going to be arguments, like disagreements, like about communication style. So for example, it's like all of a sudden, and this is like a conversation that was never had, right? But there's an expectation, oh, you should be calling me every day. But we've built rapport where I don't call you every day. So there may be an argument about how often do you call this person? You know, and it's like, oh, well, I feel like you should be calling me more. And it's like, well, you never said that you wanted me to call you more. I thought you was cool with us just sending a text message and talking. So you got to understand, like, this is going to be one of those things where you're going to have to build the relationship, because neither one of you guys have really talked about this. You kind of like just fell into a relationship with somebody based on interactions. Okay? That's what that is. So you're going to have to go back and have all these conversations that you normally would have had early on that you haven't had before.
Okay.
All right. So that's going to be the biggest challenge here, is trying to see if you really have what it takes to really do this thing or not. All right. And I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, this is making both of y'all feel very, very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. And it is so scary to be this vulnerable, especially when you're not accustomed to being in this type of space with somebody, right? So this is one of those things where you guys are starting to be privy more so to what is really going on in this other person's life. And as you go through this and you start to really see all the things that this person is dealing with, you realize this person, this earth sign, is weighed down. Do you hear me? This person is absolutely going through it emotionally. And what I want to tell you is if any man, in addition to an earth sign, comes through and starts to tell you about their feelings and about their emotions, okay, and start to really confess to you and open up about what they have going on, that is a very, very, very vulnerable place to be in. And I'm just telling you, once they start to tell you, I know you're probably gonna be like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't know how to help you with this. Listen to that person and don't judge them. Okay, listen and don't judge them. Try to be as supportive as you possibly can be. Ask questions, but show up. Because the burdens for this other person is very, very heavy. They're dealing with a lot, okay? They are dealing with the absolute lot. And it is very difficult for them. This is why they haven't been dating. This is why they have not been putting forth the effort and the energy, because they knew that somebody else would likely not be able to deal with this, right? And it is a lot going on for them, okay? When we talk about the caregiver, I do feel like this is a parent of theirs that's passing away, has an ailment. So it's a lot for them to go through this. I feel like their parent must have cancer or some type of terminal illness that they're battling, okay? And it is hard for this person. It is very hard for this person. So all I'm going to tell you is just make sure that you listen to this person. Don't judge them. Don't be attacking them because they don't call. Don't go in and accusing them of dealing with other people, because that's not it at all. And the moment that you start moving in that energetic space is the moment that this person's going to shut down and tell you, this is why I don't date people. This is why I wasn't interested. And then they're going to throw it back on you and throw it back and put it in your face. So unless you want this person to shut down, I strongly recommend and advise that you do not, hear me, that you do not become from a place of insecurity, okay? Don't do that, all right? Don't do that, all right? With this Page of Wands, y'all, I do feel like this is going to give them that new level of that new wave of excitement. I don't see this moving like quickly, like this relationship moving quickly. I don't see this at all. I see this as being a slow burn. I see this as being something that's going to develop over time. But I do feel like, and when I say over time, I feel like this is going to build, I keep hearing like within a year's time, okay? Within a year's time, this relationship is going to develop and build. And I do feel like within that time, that's where this is going to come from. Okay, that's exactly where this is going to come from, because you're going to show that this person, that you're not in it just for the glitz and the glamour. You're not in it just for what you can get out of it. You're here for them. And because you're here for them, that's going to make them look at you in an even more different way. So I feel like this is only going to go up. It's not going to go backwards. It's only going to go up. Okay. And this is going to be new and exciting. This is going to be very pleasurable and palatable for this person, okay? Now, I'm telling you, okay? They've always felt this way, but what I'm also telling you is that there's going to be trials and tribulations that you guys are going to have to overcome and face as a couple, okay? And that's going to be different for you as a couple. Y'all been cool as friends, and that's cool too, okay? But what I'm telling you is y'all gonna have to learn how to manage and weather the storm together, okay? And this is going to be very chaotic energy. This is going to be very challenging energy, you understand? Because this is the energy, like, basically what I'm saying is the things that you would have covered in the beginning of a relationship, getting to know someone and dating somebody, y'all are reverse engineering building a relationship. You understand? So that is causing some of these growing pains on the back end, because you're having to reverse engineer and back into things that you should have covered in the beginning. All right. But it's to no fault. All right. And here we are at the bottom of the deck with this devil. Okay. And this is not necessarily, it's not necessarily a negative thing, right? This is more so about both of y'all growing up and realizing, okay, if I really want to have the things that I want to have, I have got to overcome doing things the way that I've always done it. Okay? That's what that's giving me. It's not giving me, oh, it's unhealthy. Oh, it's this, it's that, and the third. No. What is unhealthy is you still being attached to your former self and not growing into this future self that you are supposed to be growing and evolving into becoming, so that you can be a better person. Right? All right? So that's what I'm saying. It's time for you to shed that old version of you and mature and develop into this new version of you that you're being orchestrated and being molded and sculpted into being. Okay? That's what I'm picking up on. Whew, that's a lot. I do feel like it's going to get heavy. It's going to have its moments where it's going to get real heavy. And you will be questioning yourself about whether or not you feel like you should be able to move forward with this. Questioning yourself, like, I don't know if I should have really did this. I don't know if I'm really ready. And really, when I say that, I'm more so focusing in on the feminine energy of this But I do feel like the energy is still applicable to the masculine energy up in here too. All right. But I'm telling you, I am telling you, you will not regret it. Okay. You will not regret it. So get ready for that as well. All right. Now, if y'all ready, to figure out how this story is going to end potentially for you, I need you to find those paper, pens, all of those different things, because baby, it's time for us to close out this reading. So find those paper emojis, pen emojis, whatever. Okay. Let's get into this. Here we go. Now, when we talk about final outcomes, I can only say potential because I am not God. Don't want to be God, okay? You got a lot of responsibility. All I can tell you is what the energy says. Of course, you have free will. You can do whatever you want to do. You can make happen whatever you want to make happen, however you want to make it happen. I'm only telling you this is the potential outcome because I cannot predict free will. I'm not there with you in your conversations. I'm not there with you when you saying and doing whatever you saying and you doing, okay? I'm not there with you. All right. Now, all right. All right, so the first thing we got here was the Three of Cups in reverse, okay? I do feel like there may be some... Remember when we talked about there potentially being a third-party person within this friend group that they also have dealt with in the past or maybe dealing with currently? I do feel like those conversations are going to come back to the forefront, okay? I do feel like there's going to be, that's why I said to y'all, let him have the conversation with the friends. You do not go and start broadcasting, girl, you know me and Mike might got something going on, okay? Do not go do that, okay? Do not go do that. The minute you go do that, you're going to start some mess that you don't really want to have to live through, okay? So I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you, keep your mouth shut, okay? Just when you think it's okay for you to tell your friends.
Survey said.
Do not go tell your friends, okay? I don't care how many people suspect. I don't care how many people think. I don't care how many people know. Do not go tell your friends, okay? Let this stay, where it is, how it is, because it is going to come out about them having another situation in the past going on with somebody else. And that's not your business to address, okay? That's not your business to address. Again, once that conversation comes up, this is going to make things a little bit confusing because I feel like for you, Aries, I keep saying Aries, Sagittarius, this person got to be a fire sign. This third party person has got to be a fire sign, okay? Because I keep wanting to say that. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, for you, air signs. Once you find out about this third party, I definitely feel like that's going to leave you stunned. I do feel like you're going to try to figure out, like, how do I go from here? Like, is this something I can recover? And the answer is you have no choice but to overcome this. That wasn't your man at the time. You can't go and, try to sit up here and make this person tell you about things in the past and be held accountable. Baby, that wasn't your man. What happened before you happened before you. You can only speak to what happened from the day that y'all decided y'all was going to do this, okay? Now, you can sit up here. You can have all the thought bubbles you want to have. Okay? You can try to do all of the collecting of evidence that you want to. You can do all of that stuff. You can go back and screenshot. You can go back and recall all the days, the nights, the hours, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point. That person did not choose this other person. They chose you. Okay? They chose you. So it is what it is. Just leave it alone. Don't go looking for nothing. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing, okay? You have the right to be confused because you felt like you were special. But as I tell y'all all the time, what do I tell y'all? Stop thinking y'all hoo-ha is so magnificent that you're the only person. Okay? Just stop it. Now, after this revelation is made about you and this person, things may get very much so off balance between you and this person. Things may be feeling like very topsy-turvy, very, like, I understand you feeling upset. I do. Because it feels embarrassing that you are all booed up with somebody that your friend was loving on too. And I get it, child. I get it. It is very
embarrassing.
I get it. Right? But again, you were single. They were single. That was not your man at the time. So you can't go chin checking somebody about what they was doing when that was not your man at the time. Okay? You could be mad. You could be wanting to go in. You can want to go ham. You can want to do all that stuff like that. But what I'm trying to tell you is it won't benefit you, not one iota, to be over here throwing fits and pouting and doing all this stuff like that. It won't benefit you, okay? But you have the right to be disappointed. And honest to God, that could be also where they're making a decision to propose to you too, because they want to show you how serious that they are. Okay, exactly. Stop overthinking. Stop overthinking. Okay, now that could be, like I said, the catalyst to make them want to say, you know, wait, okay, I think you thought that I was just playing with you. I think you thought that I was just playing in your face. Well, let me show you how serious I am. Okay. That could be the catalyst, you know, but stop overthinking it. Okay. Like, they not judging you, because truth be told, if we go back and look at all the people you done slept with, girl, they know some people you done been with too now, but they ain't. Okay. So this is about you taking a step back to reflect and assess and to decide, like, what do I need to do to protect me? You know, like, how do I need to persevere and move forward? I just want to maintain my peace. And the reality is, when you do take that step back, you're going to realize you are the happiest that you have been in your whole life. You are the happiest you have been in your whole life. Okay? So don't let something from the past become cancerous in your relationship, okay? Because you're happy. You're happy. All right? Don't let something like that come up and start putting you in a predicament and a bind with somebody that can be detrimental. You understand?
Do not come.
So leave things where they are, all right? But I do feel like after you think about it, you're going to be like, I don't know if I can do, like, that insecurity starts popping. Listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this insecurity from that situation is going to be cancerous. That's why I just said, don't let it become cancerous. All right? Because that, if you let that noodle and fester in your mind, I think you're going to talk yourself out of your person. Okay? So don't do that. Don't do that. All right? Now I know y'all wondering, so are we going to stay together or no? I'm just going to give y'all another quick thing, because A, I'm invested. I want to know what's going to happen. And B, I'm just going to do this for y'all because it's my birthday. And I want y'all to have a good clarity. Okay? Good clarity. All right? So, Spirit, what happens once this revelation is made? You listen, y'all gonna be having a lot of conflict. And the reason why I say that is because the card that fell on the floor a minute ago was the five of wands, which represents conflict and challenges. And now these cards don't want to shuffle. So I do feel like y'all will have a lot of conflict. I think y'all will have a lot of arguments. Thank you. I do feel like y'all will have a lot of arguments behind this. And also, I think that's where these lies are coming in too. Okay, I think this is where these lies are coming in, right? But I don't want you to overthink it. Okay, don't overthink it for sure. I want y'all to be happy, you know? Be happy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. So, all right, y'all. So 2 cards fell out. The 7 of Swords came out as well as the 9 of Pentacles. All right. I do feel like it's going to get to the point of where you're like, you know what? I don't want to deal with no more lies and I don't want to deal with no more deceit. I want you to be honest with me and I want you to tell me everything about everybody that you ever slept with in your whole lifetime. And I'm laughing because I feel like that's the conversation that's going to be had. But with this 7 of Swords in reverse, I definitely do feel like this is going to be one of those things where you both are going to have to dig deep and really have some heart-to-heart conversations about what this looks like, because they're not lying to you about who they are and where they are now. Like, they just didn't tell you everything about their past no more than you told them everything about your past. Remember, y'all came together on the same type of time. Now, how you want to get mad because you found out they smashed the homie? They smashed the homie. Like, that's what happened. All right. But I do feel like with this 9 of Pentacles, that is going, after that conversation, that is really going to soothe you. That's going to put you in a place to where you're like, you know what? Okay, this is really like my boy. This is really like the person who brings me joy and makes me happy. I done told y'all that, but I'm telling you that it's here again. Okay, this is where you're going to be like, you know what? I got everything that I want in a person. Like, I trust this person, and I know this person is never going to say or do anything that's going to betray my confidence and my trust. Okay. But I do feel like it will stagnate the relationship with the Lovers in reverse. I do think that this will bring a frustration about, because this is more so of an internal conflict with you. Understanding that you got to learn how to re-trust somebody. That bond is broken. Okay, that bond has been broken because you expected for this person to tell you the truth, and they just didn't volunteer it. So your feelings hurt. It's okay, we get it. Your feelings hurt. They just didn't volunteer information. But truth be told, who volunteers information? Whenever a person meets somebody, y'all always start talking about the highlights. Y'all don't go into the lowlights. Y'all talk about the highlights. When was your last relationship? 5 years ago. What y'all do? What happened? He cheated on me. He messed with my best friend cousin. It's the highlights. Nobody go into the details. Why did he cheat on you? Well, because I was working all the time. Oh, okay. So he was bored. All right. You understand? And I do feel like with this 2 of Swords behind this Lovers, I do feel like you're going to have to make a decision, and you're not going to make a decision lightly. Okay. So I do feel like it's going to be a difficult decision to make, to decide whether or not you really want to keep going with this person. Remember, I said early on, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a forever person. Remember, I said this early on. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a forever person. I do feel like this is somebody that's on your life path for a reason. Remember, I said I'm not going to call them karmic, because I feel like this is divinely orchestrated to put you here. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the reading from the beginning. But I did say that. So I do feel like y'all going to be at a stalemate. But I do feel like you're going to come to the conclusion that you're going to free yourself from this. You're going to stop acting like you blinded, stop acting like you're resistant, and be open to love. Like, you're going to go for it. Okay. But you're going to have to get out of this denial that your person is not so perfect after all. Your person got a pass just like you got a pass. The person smashed the homie just like you smashed the homie. Okay. Like, don't do that. Ain't nobody in this situation holier than thou. Okay. Like, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. You're going to have to get to the point where you're going to have to suck it up, buttercup. And I'm saying that matter of factly and just very directly, right? Things happen. Things happen. People do things for whatever reasons, you understand? And the same thing that brought you to this person could be the same thing that's going to tear you apart. But I don't feel like you're going to walk away. I feel like you're going to make the decision to stay. And I feel like you're going to decide to forgive this person. You just started, you're coming out of the glowing phase into realizing this person is not perfect. Just like you ain't perfect, they ain't perfect. Okay? That's what it is. All right? Angels, what messages do you have for the air signs dating this earth sign? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? Part of the reason why this person has not been dating anybody else is because finances have been an issue. Okay? So it has been affecting their life. But their priority has been on taking care of this aging parent. Okay? This ailing parent. Romeo and Juliet. Fear. Okay? So there are some concerns, worries, and risk. And remember, we talked about this in the beginning. So fear is present in this relationship. It is present from the very beginning when we first talking about both of y'all coming to the realization that y'all got some feelings that y'all should not be having for one another. Okay? It is some things here that is an indicator that y'all are having feelings for each other that y'all possibly should not be having. Thank you. All right, here we go. I'm laughing because I just heard Lil' Kim say, when the queen come in town, everything shut down. I'm over here tripping in my own head. All right. So I was asking the question, is this person a soulmate? The answer is no. Okay. But listen to this thought, y'all. We got the 5 of Pentacles, which points back to financial loss, lack mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity. So I do feel like, because I said we got to this stalemate decision that needs to be made with this Lover's card and feeling that stagnicity, I do feel like somebody's going to be left out in the cold. I do feel like even if this person does propose and ask you to marry, I don't think that y'all are going to actually get married. I do feel like the relationship is going to run its course by then and somebody's going to be left out in the cold. I also feel like the financial issue is going to become more prevalent as you start talking about permanency of this relationship. So this is not a soulmate connection. This is not a karmic partner, but it's not a soulmate connection either. You understand? Like, this is divinely orchestrated where this person came into your life for a specific reason of some sort. Okay? That's what it is. So let me ask y'all this. Is the outcome in alignment with what you expected for this reading to be? Okay? Does this bring you excitement or relief, or does this make you feel hesitant? Does this make you feel joy? Like, let me know. What are y'all thinking right now? How y'all feeling out there right now? Because I know that this could be a lot, you know? But the good thing is that going through this experience with this person is going to show you that you're capable and worthy of receiving love. This is absolutely going to change your outlook on life. And this is for both of you. This is not just for one. This is for both of you. This is going to thrust you into that space of Understanding that you're capable and worthy of love. This is going to put you in a place where while you may feel excited and surprised and disappointed and all of those different things, this will put you in that space of knowing that you are worthy, you're capable, you have what it takes. Like, you know, that energy, like attracts like, right? So now that you've started to put that energy out there, it'll be easy for you to obtain more energy similarly to this. So I know it's overwhelming. I know it makes you hesitant. I know this makes you very fearful about moving forward because it's like, I don't want to get my feelings hurt. But the reality is that I didn't give you a timeline for when this is going to happen, right? Remember I told you, this is going to be a slow burn. So you got at least a year before things really even materialize and take off in a direction of which you think that it's going to take off. Now, I do feel like this is a long-term relationship. So I don't see this as being a quick burn, like not at all. This is going to be a long time coming, okay? This is a long time coming. So now I'm going to ask the question. I don't want to put it in a negative. I don't want to leave it in a negative. Next spring just fell out. Okay. So I told y'all about a year before things really start going. Spirit, when can we expect this person to propose? When can we expect this person to propose? Because I don't want to ask, like, when is the relationship going to be over? Because I think that's negative. When can we expect this person to propose? They do think highly of you. And I do feel like even if y'all are not in a romantic relationship, this person will still value you and will still respect you. Okay, they're going to propose in September. But I want to put an emphasis on 23. There's 23. So I would say a year and a half from now, around September of 2026, you can expect this person to propose to you. So I'm telling you, this is going to be a long burn. Okay. And just because they asked you to marry them, don't mean you got to get married. Okay. People get engaged to people all the time and break it off. All right. But I just told you what is going to be the deal breaker here. The deal breaker is going to be based in his insecurity. But if I'm being honest with you, I never told you I saw this as being a permanent thing. I never said that. I said, I don't think it's a karmic partner. That's what I said. Okay. So this is somebody that's going to be around for a while. And even if y'all do decide not to stay together forever, I mean, of course, you can always change the outcome. You know, like I told you, you have free will. But I do feel like even if you guys do go down a different path, listen, even if y'all do go down a different path, it's okay. This person is going to be in your life forever. This person is going to be a forever friend of yours, okay? Whew, that's a lot. Listen, I wasn't ready for that. I'm just going to be honest with you. That was like, okay, that done blew my wig back for today. All right. I ain't going to hold you. So, with that being said, y'all, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning into the Pisces Tarot experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to become a part of my growing YouTube community. You can find me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer, okay? And keep an eye out for any additional content. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you need some guidance. So you can always save it and replay it at any point in time if you need to get some thoughts or to just come back and to get some insight. You can always do it. Remember, I love to hear from you. And I know y'all text me, you inbox, email, you do all of these things, right? But what I need from you, since I come and I give you all of this free insight for knowledge, I need your engagement to show up and translate on my YouTube channel. Reason being, other people who may need to have a message that's for them, they can't hear it if you're not teaching the algorithm that this is important information. So while I appreciate you liking and watching and my data and analytics show that you guys are watching, I need y'all to show me some love in the comment section below and let me know how these messages resonate with you. I get sometimes these things are really personal and you don't want to put a name to the face and you don't want to say, you know, whatever it is that you want to say. just give me some balloons or something. Just put an emoji down in the chat. It goes a long way, right? So sorry to pander, but I just need to put that out there and let y'all know that I do need y'all to show me some love. Okay, just show me some love. Now, if you would like to do personal readings, let's get this straight. I will never contact you to do any readings. I only have one page on every social media platform, and it is at Mimi Lightseer. I don't have any numbers behind my name. My name is not misspelled. None of those things, okay? I will never solicit you for a reading, okay? I would never solicit you for a reading. So if you come across one of these scammers, it's important to know that you need to go ahead and report them because they are looking to defraud you and they are misrepresenting my name, image, and likeness. So I will never, ever reach out to you. The only way that I book readings is through my website, which is PiSeasTarot.com. So if you are interested in booking an appointment, you can do so at this time. The link is in my bio. That's the only way that I do readings, y'all. It's through my website, okay? That's the only way. Now, I want to give a huge thank you to everybody who joined the conversation today, okay? I want to welcome all of our new subscribers and all of our new followers and all of our new members and all of those things like that. We have a lot of engaging content that is coming your way. We're going to be doing subscriber only stuff. So member only stuff, like you name it, okay? So in order to be a part of that is for you to join the community, all right? Now, remember y'all, everybody is fighting a battle that you do not see. So be kind, patient, and gentle, not only with yourself, but with others. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is, okay? So remember today, wherever you go, leave a little bit of love, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And for those of you who are watching behind the scenes on TikTok, y'all know what time it is. It's time for the post show. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for the birthday love. Love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.